Hey everyone, grab a bag of popcorn, maybe get a soda or something like that, because I'm about to talk about a game in length that I really enjoyed. I'm gonna go through all the level designs and everything, what I liked, what I disliked about it, and that game I'm gonna talk about is Silent Hill. I was going to wait until Halloween to do this review, but I have a whole bunch of other stuff planned for Halloween. But anyways, let's get on with it. I'm going to do a Silent Hill collection review. Uh, Not the Silent Hill HD collection, but all the Silent Hill games I own, excluding I don't own this one and I will never pick it up. I do not own Book of Memories. I played a little bit of it and I didn't like it. Um, Anyways, Silent Hill 2, the basis for the game is love. And you don't see that a whole lot in games, especially survival horror. And love is the main point of interest in this game. It's about a father named Harry Mason. You can see him on the cover. I'm going to open up the booklet and show you a better picture of him. Gotta get a good picture. Here we are. There is Harry Mason. The point of this game is to find your daughter Cheryl. This game is well received. It's well loved. Everybody I've ever met says they enjoyed the game. Every one of my gaming buddies said they really enjoyed the game. And here's Cheryl once again. I think this is an awesome disc. Cheryl is quite the character. You go everywhere trying to find this little girl, and that's what I'm saying. Love is the main point in this game. You get the feeling that, oh my God, Harry is a good father. He actually loves his daughter. The first part of the game, you're going down the street just looking around. You just got out of the car accident. You have a car accident in the prologue. Uh, I'm not spoiling anything there. I won't spoil the ending either, or endings, because there's several. Um, and you start off walking down the street and you come across Cheryl. You get your first glimpse at her actually in game. And they did a pretty good job with the computerized animations and everything. For its time, 1999. 1999 is when this game came out, and they did a really good job with the computerized animations. Um, Anyways, you find Cheryl, or you think, and you just start running after her and running after her. And I'm trying to make this brief for each part because I don't want to spoil specific things for each part. But anyways, the alley starts getting darker and darker, kind of like in the movie. The movie was based more off of this, but instead of having a male character, you had a female character, which I thought was pretty pointless. But it's still a good movie, though. Anyways, back to the game. Um, you start running down the alley, and it starts getting darker. And bam, you get your first monster. A, a weird, freaky looking gray child, and starts coming after you with a knife. Starts chasing after you, just walking, but That's what makes it creepy. This game will freak you the fuck out. um, anyways, you get stabbed, and I was like, what the heck? What kind of beginning to a game is this? Ding, ding, ding. It tried to mess around with the player. The game actually starts, you end up waking up in a cafe, and you meet one of my all-time favorite video game characters of all time, other than Harry Mason, James Sutherland, and others. Sybil Bennett. She is a damn cool character for a video game. You really get the feeling that, oh, she loves her job being a cop, and she's willing to help out Harry in his time of need. But nobody can really help Harry. It's his nightmare, pretty much. It's his nightmare. Silent Hill is his nightmare. And so they go on a wild goose chase. Not together, they split up, but they pretty much go on a wild goose chase chasing after Harry's daughter. And we get to our next place, the school. Here is a dislike. The piano puzzle. I hated the piano puzzle. Now that I've played it enough times, I can do the piano puzzle like that, but I still hate it. I still hate it. There's just... it was too difficult, and the fact that you had to read very, very carefully the poem about the crow and the flamingo. And you gotta figure out what the color of the birds are. And I was just like, okay, I got it. And you have to type in the silent keys. So only go for the silent keys. Don't go for the ones that make a ding, 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 ding. Just had to do it one more time. And the puzzles in this game are really fun. Other than that puzzle, this game rocks when it comes to puzzles. And psychologically, this game will fuck you up. This will make you think hardcore. And I'll show you the school. It's right there. It's that middle picture. There's the start of the game. You're near the wrecked car. And there's the alley scene. The music in this is great. Then we get to our first actual glimpse into this being a really big survival horror event. I actually had popcorn in my hand, like going like, waiting for something to happen, and then bam! Nightmare World happens, and I'm like, yes! Yes! I was 6 years old when I played this, and it was funner than all hell. I never beat it when I was 6, though. No, I wasn't that smart of a kid. I didn't beat this until, I'd say a couple months ago. But this game rocks. Anyways, the Nightmare World is Harry's manifestation of, well, in my eyes, I might be wrong here, but it's his manifestation of his own fears. And there's a story you read in the school, one of the classrooms, it's talked about a lizard going up against a peasant with a bow and arrow, and when the lizard comes close, the boy will shoot the arrow into the lizard's mouth. That's a big hint on how to defeat the boss in the school. And I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler here, but just bear with me. I'm going to try and help out best I can. For those getting stuck on that part, it's really easy. Just start running and then turn around, and when the beast opens up its mouth, it's supposed to be a giant lizard, and it took me a while to figure that out. When it opens up its mouth, shoot it with your shotgun. Don't be shooting it with your pistol. It's a waste of ammo and you're gonna die. So use the shotgun and you'll be good. And then you just made it past your first boss. Then comes daytime again. Daytime isn't as scary as a Nightmare World. It's just not. Um, we hear a church bell, and so, of course, church bell, somebody must be at the church. Time to run over there, see what's going on. So we keep on walking, and we come into contact with... There are so many great characters in this game. Dahlia. We get introduced to the character of Dahlia. And I know I skipped the introduction to Alessa, but the reason I did that is because I think it's a really creepy part, and I don't want to spoil that creepy part. And so we get introduced to Dahlia. She's not exactly the most well-received character in the franchise. Like, for people, they love her, don't get me wrong, but in the game, she's not the most well-received character. Sybil doesn't really trust her, and Harry doesn't know if he should trust her or not. And Dahlia is... I don't use this word often to talk about people, but she's a bit of a weirdo. And Dahlia, she's there to get her daughter to be part of the cult. Not the cult, but the sacrifice, my bad. And I'm not going to spoil the sacrifice thing, but we get introduced to Dahlia in the church. She gives you something called a Flaros. This will help you out. I don't remember how, though. So, yeah. I guess that's a good thing that I don't remember. That way I'm not spoiling a whole lot of stuff. Then we go to the hospital. One of my favorite parts, actually. The hospital. We come into contact with the doctor, the nurse. Now, this nurse is not like the nurses in Silent Hill 2, so don't be thinking that, and we'll get to Silent Hill 2, don't worry. But Silent Hill 1 nurses, pretty freaking creepy. They've got like a big cyst on their back. It's like a big old bubble. And they moan and groan like, oh, oh. And when you get the hang of actually going into it with a weapon, bashing the weapon over them, they'll start moaning and groaning on the ground, and it's one of the most disturbing sounds I've ever heard. And I'm actually going to start playing this after I get done with this review because this game rocks. I've said it before and I'll say it again and I'll keep on saying it. This game rocks. And there's really a whole lot, not much to do, but then again, not too little to do either in the hospital. But there's a serum thing, like a solvent chemical, just a random chemical just laying on the floor. Grab a water bottle, a plastic water bottle. It should be on the main desk in the hospital. Grab it and fill the bottle up with that chemical. It will help you achieve a better ending. But I'm not going to tell you how it helps you out. Then I think we get to the antique shop. Yeah, I think we get to the antique shop after the hospital. Oh, Doy, how could I have forgotten this? You go into Nightmare World again, and after you've exited out of the Nightmare World for the third time, which Nightmare World, the first time was the alleyway part. I consider it the first time. But it really kicks in at the school. The school is awesome. Oh, and those cockroach things, or whatever you want to call them, those things sucked. And this game, the difficulty, easy is really pretty good difficulty. Normal is medium, and hard is excruciatingly painful. I died a total of 7 to 10 times in hard mode. In easy mode, I died 0. In normal, I think I died once. After you beat the game on easy mode, it will automatically go to normal mode, by the way. So it increases the difficulty after each time you beat it. Anyways, after we get out of the hospital, we go searching around the town, and ding, it turns into Nightmare Town. The dogs, I should go through the enemies now. The dogs are skinless. In the Nightmare World, they have no skin at all on them, just like in Daytime World. Except for their mouths are different, like it's like a big hole thing that goes. It's really, really cool. The monsters in this are disturbing. The winged bats. Well, I think they're bats. I don't know what you want to call them. Maybe look it up on Silent Hill Heaven. I'll probably leave a link down below. The nurses, again, not the nurses from Silent Hill 2. That was James's manifestation. The doctors, the lizard, which is your first boss, the larva, that's your second boss, and we're about to talk about him, or it. Um, you verse him in the Nightmare Town in the jewelry shop. That's where you get your rifle at. And the rifle, a pretty damn powerful weapon, I will say that. But ammo in this game is very scarce unless you're talking about the pistol. There's ammo for that all over the place. Um, this game is focused on purely one thing other than love, and that's scaring the crap out of you, and it does a really good job. And you must have patience for this. You must. If you don't, you're not going to enjoy the game. This is not Resident Evil 4, not Resident Evil 5, not Resident Evil period. It's not Alone in the Dark, which I do enjoy Alone in the Dark. Uh, I guess you can call it kind of like Alone in the Dark because Alone in the Dark is pretty scary. This isn't Fatal Frame, which I love Fatal Frame. Anybody who knows me knows that. This game, I'm going to pull up IGN.com, one of the worst review sites to go to. But it's the only site I know of to get my gaming reviews. Even though this game came out probably before IGN even existed. Can't hurt to take a look. Yeah, I'm waiting for the page to load up. Okay, here we go. It gets a rating, and I am surprised at this, for IGN giving it this rating. Uh, Enough bibble babble about the rating, here it goes. 9.0 is what they gave it. I'll tell you my rating on it, and this is my opinion. You'll have a different opinion than me. You might disagree with it, you might agree with it, but it's my opinion. Just starts talking about the game. Sorry, I'm reading a little bit of what IGN has to say about it. Okay, exit out of that. Okay, I've went through the basics. The puzzles, pretty fun but difficult. Especially that, freaking, piano puzzle. The valve puzzle is pretty easy. Alessa is... You meet her several times throughout the game, so yeah. She is one creepy antagonist. And this is one creepy back for a book. That's Dahlia's eyes. And the music in this is just beautiful. I enjoyed the music a whole bunch. Especially the final song, if you get the bad ending. The final song to the game is just magnificent. Um, and I don't even speak Spanish. I speak a little bit of it, but not enough to understand a full song. But this game, it brings a tear to my eye every time I play it. Either it's nostalgia or it's just my love for survival horror, but this game definitely rocks. The sewer level is what you come across next. Um, After you've versed the larva for the second stage, you verse the larva's second stage in the daytime, which it's a giant moth, and you better be running because that thing will spray poison gas at you. Thankfully, it won't actually poison you, but damn, is it powerful! It drains your health dramatically. Um, and use the rifle or the shotgun, considering if you have ammo or not. Your best bet is to use the rifle, though. Um, then we get into, like I said, I'm not going to go through all of the levels, but I'm going to go through a large chunk of them. If I did say I'm going through all the levels, I'm sorry. Uh, anyways, we get to a lighthouse uh, in the nightmare world. I'm going all over the place now, sorry. Uh, we go to a lighthouse in the nightmare world for the fifth time. Uh, After we've been through the sewers, uh, and we're pretty much gonna go to an amusement park. This part I was so excited about. Seeing an amusement park in a survival horror game. How can this go wrong? You come into contact with a whole bunch of those monstrous children you met at the beginning of the game. And not a whole lot, maybe like two or three, but that's still pretty lengthy for an amusement park. The reason being, it's such a small place because parts of the road or grading are cut off, and there's like no way to really escape other than to go back into the sewer, and nobody wants to go back into the sewers to verse them giant, I call them mosquitoes, because they can jump a great distance. Uh, and in the sewers, by the way, you meet a different version of the children. They've got claws and they're brown. They're colored in brown muck, uh, like mud kind of looking stuff, and they look almost like dolls a little bit. And so we keep on going out of the amusement park after we meet Alessa, and that's where we use our flowers. And so we keep on going, and we get to a point where it's like, okay, where do I go now? You end up waking up in what you think is the hospital, but it's pretty much a place called nowhere. You do not get a map this time around. You get a whole bunch of maps in this game, but yet nowhere does not have a map. and yet it's the same location. It looks exactly the same as the hospital. Every nook and cranny is the same. It's just the rooms are in different places now. Like the rooms transport you to different places. And this is your final area. The this not sequence. The solution to the puzzle for the door is really easy. It's the list of names of the patient's room numbers. You got to put the patient's room numbers in order and put in the first letter of each person's first name, and that will give you the solution for the door. It's a pretty easy word to figure out. That's why I'm not saying it. Or you can just look it up on a walkthrough, which that's no fun at all. I had to look up a walkthrough twice. Two different parts of this game I had to look up a walkthrough for. And surprisingly, it wasn't the piano puzzle. And anyways, we keep on going. And we gather up all these different emblems and special relics or whatever you want to call them, and we'll put them in a door. And this is where you get the final area. Get ready, because we're going to be going up against Alessa. Depending on what difficulty, there should only be one stage to Alessa. If you play it on hard, you get a true form of Alessa, which is a demon winged thing that shoots fire out. The first stage is an angelic Alessa. She looks like an angel a little bit. Just keep shooting her. Don't walk towards her because nothing will happen. She'll just push you back. She's got a shield around her, but somehow or another the shots seem to work. Anyways, if this game sounds interesting to you, if you haven't played it, check it out, but you must be patient. This game gets a 10 out of 10 for me. A perfect 10. It has everything going for it. It's only got a couple of minor flaws, but nothing to be like, oh man, that game's gonna suck because of that flaw. It's a puzzle, man. A puzzle flaw. So there's nothing to really get mad at, just a little bit annoyed. And as you can see, Konami made this. Konami's best idea by far. So, this is my 100th video. Sorry it's not what everybody was expecting for a 100th video. But I'm going to be doing a Q&A, so if you want to have any questions for me, leave me a video response below, and I will try my best to answer everybody's questions. And this is Psychopathic1 signing off. Stay scared and stay psycho. Psychopathic1 signing off.